over the last couple of days, I've been organizing my videos, making new playlists, separating a couple of other playlists to make things more accessible and easier to search for. Apparently a couple of you didn't even know that I had playlists in the first place. Come on, guys. I've had playlists for like 3 years. Come on, guys. Come on. So I'm going to put all the links for these playlists in the description below, so it doesn't matter if you're on desktop or mobile, you'll be able to find them and bookmark them if you want to. So I have 15 playlists right now, and probably the most important one is called Beginner Corseting, and it has all caps letters start here in brackets. That's what you should start with if you're a beginner in corseting. So it goes through waist training and how to shop for a corset, the differences between an off-the-rack and a custom corset and which one you should go for, how to fit your corsets properly, all of that stuff. And I was toying with the idea of breaking that playlist down into smaller ones like waist training tips and shopping guides for a corset and fitting issues and things like that. But quite honestly, if you're a beginner in corseting, you should know all of this stuff. It's basically all encompassing. So I'm not going to break that up. It's really only a playlist. I think it's about 2 or 2.5 hours long, so I mean you can break that up and in the course of like say 2 or 3 weeks you could know almost as much as I do about waist training. The next really important playlist is physical effects of corseting. So all of you people who have questions pertaining to how the corset affects your body, the risks and the benefits and the neutrals and everything, go see that playlist, because I have videos on blood pressure, I have videos on muscles, I have videos on bones, I have videos on your organs, I have videos on your skin, I have videos on deep pressure therapy, I have videos on posture and how it relates to confidence. Tons! So please go see that before you ask me any questions, because 99% of the time your question is going to be answered there, and if your question is of a very specific medical nature, I am not qualified to answer that in the first place. You need to see your doctor. The third playlist I'm going to talk about is my corset seasoning mini-series. So it is a step-by-step guide on how to break in your corset for the first couple of weeks that you own it. This is meant to teach you what the corset is supposed to feel like when you put it on, what it's not supposed to feel like, how to season it gently so that the corset gets used to you and you get used to your corset, and what to do when things don't really go as planned. So that is there for you. For those of you who do not want to buy a corset and you would rather make one, I have tutorials on corset making. Now those tutorials, they might seem out of order because I had gone back and re-recorded some of them with better quality videos and whatnot, but the way that playlist is organized, if you go through each one sequentially, it will give you the step-by-step instructions on how to make a corset. Also, there is another playlist for corset repairs and modification, and I really wanted to call it like Pimp My Corset back, you know, during those years that Pimp My Car was still on. But anyways, if you want to take out your bust and replace it with front lacing, if you want to cut down your overbust into an underbust, if you have grommets that are ripping out and you need to replace them, anything like that, if you need to add hip cores or expandable hip ties so that your corset is curvy enough to fit you, you will find all of those tutorials in that playlist. If you are completely lost on how to dress with your corset, I have a playlist called Dressing with Your Corset, and it has a whole bunch of outfit of the day videos. Some of them are better planned than others. Some of them are kind of like I recorded them flying by the seat of my pants. But if you are, you know, you're kind of lacking in creativity and you don't know how to coordinate your corset with your outfits, then that might give you some ideas. And now onto the multiple playlist for the corset reviews. I have over 100 videos on corsets that I have purchased, you know, that come from other places, and also corsets that I have made myself, and I have gone through the construction techniques and all of that. So I have broken them down into 4 different playlists now. Off the rack underbust corset reviews. So these are the ones that are obviously under the bust. They're standard size, they're usually cheaper, and they're usually ready to ship in stock, and you know, they ship out immediately when you buy them, usually. The second one is overbust off the rack corsets. Same deal, standard size, usually in stock and ready to ship, a little bit cheaper than going custom, but they are overbust instead of underbust if that's what you're looking for. The third corset review playlist is for the custom corsets, and I did not break those down into overbust and underbust because more often than not, if you're going with a bespoke corsetier, they will be able to make you an overbust or an underbust as you choose, and some of the construction techniques techniques and the silhouette and the things that I mention in my reviews can cross over from overbust to underbust. So don't only watch my overbust corset reviews if you're looking for an overbust, because sometimes the construction and the things that I mention in those overbust corset reviews can also apply to underbusts as well. And the fourth sort of review playlist is case studies, and these are specifically the corsets that I have personally made. So I talk about my own construction techniques, some of the complications that I might have run into, some things that I really liked, some things I might change in the future, you know, different techniques that I experimented with. So that would actually be a good playlist to watch along with corset making if you want to sort of see almost a before, during, after. I have an interviews playlist, so if you want to see interviews that I had given other people, for instance, Sarah Chrisman, the author of Waisted Curves or Victorian Secrets, Mina Lafleur, the corsetier from L'Atelier de Lafleur, Orchard Corset, all those things, those are in those interviews playlists. Also, there is a Q&A playlist, and these are basically questions that people ask me. So it might be interviews that people have given me in the past, or general questions and answers. You know, people have written in asking me general questions about waist training or my experience with things or my preferences when it comes to corsets. The 30 Days of Corsets challenge that I did last year, all of those videos are in the Q&A playlist as well. I also have a playlist on lacing techniques, so if you do not know how to relace your corset using the bunny ears method or the inverted bunny ears or the straight bar lacing or loops all the way down or no loops at all, then you will find all of those tutorials in that playlist. And I also show you not only how to relace your corset like that, but also how to get into and out of your corset using those techniques. I also have a tutorial on how to hide the bump of your laces underneath your clothes. And although I've sort of been slacking on the hair videos, I do have a hair videos playlist. So in that one you will find my famous headbanging video. I'm not really sure why that one's so popular, but you'll also find videos on my regimen, the products I use, how I trim my hair by myself, all those things you'll find in that playlist. And probably my least popular video playlist is my book reviews playlist. If you do want to do further research on corsetry, then that is the playlist to watch. I do reviews on, for instance, Corset Magic by Anne Grogan, which I had referred to as pretty much the Bible of waist training. Also Waisted Curves or Victorian Secrets by Sarah Chrisman. Tons of them. So yeah, go see that one. And this concludes my comprehensive guide to my current video playlist. So if you have any questions, please leave them in a comment down below, and I may or may not just answer with a link to one of the video playlists. And I'll see you guys on Friday for another Outfit of the Day video. Bye.